I'm someone who gets seasonally depressed in the wintertime. I put on 20 pounds of weight, I scroll on social media, I play video games, I eat junk food. I do things that I know I'm not supposed to do, yet I have no control over myself, and I felt like my life was hopeless. But then I met one extraordinary guy. His name was Marcus Aurelius. Ever since I picked up his journal known as Meditations, I have been on this beautiful path towards peace and purpose. This has cured my seasonal depression that I once had, so I will share with you 10 of my favorite lessons from Marcus Aurelius. Lesson number 1, is this essential? There are so many things we do in our life that are just not essential. And Marcus Aurelius tells us to ask yourself what is essential. Every day ask yourself this question. This is a good practice to do because it actually allows us to look at ourselves deeply and internalize what's important and what's not important. And how can we make time for things that are actually important? I know it's impossible to eliminate every single thing that's not essential from your life, but the goal is to eliminate as much as we can so we can just do the more meaningful things. Lesson number 2, think about your death every day. Marcus says you can leave life right now. Let that determine what you say, what you think, and what you do. For me, remembering my death is so important because it reminds me that I only have one life, so I might as well make the most out of it. When life throws all these different problems at me and I start to get stressed, as soon as I remember my death and remember that millions of people before me have died and millions more will come to die as well, that gives me a sense of peace that, everyone else has been through these problems and everyone else has died. So this kind of puts my ego down, and I find that so beneficial for me because it gets me not to focus on things that don't matter and to just focus on things that are in my control, like my thoughts, my intentions, and my actions. So all that stress you're feeling with your exams, your sickness, your kids, things that are completely outside of your control, they're going to cease to exist, so why stress about them? Lesson number 3, own the mornings. When Marcus used to wake up in the morning and want to go back to bed, he used to ask himself this question: were you made to huddle under the blankets and stay warm? Or were you made just like the bees and the spiders to go about their day and work hard? So get up and do your purpose as a human being. I have an amazing Stoic morning routine that you can watch right here. This basically shows you how my day goes in terms of journaling, reading, exercising, doing some deep work, all that good stuff that leads to a really meaningful life. Lesson number 4, one that's probably one of the hardest to practice, is to never complain, not even to yourself. So if you dread going to work, don't complain. If you dread going to the gym, don't complain. If someone is annoying you, guess what? Don't complain. All of these things are outside of your control. So what's the point of complaining? It's only gonna make you weaker. What's in your control? The way your attitude responds to the things that happen to you. And with a positive shift in attitude, every challenge becomes opportunity. So remember that complaints solve nothing, but your positive attitude does. Lesson number 5, this is one of my favorite lessons from Marcus, and it's to not compare yourself to others. Think about it, comparing yourself to others never makes you feel good. It leads to either envy or ego, 2 things that are detrimental to our soul. Hold yourself to your own standard and keep an inner scorecard. One quote I personally love says, success is a peace of mind that you did your absolute best. If you're always comparing, then you'll always find someone that's better than you at something, which will lead into envy. And if you compare yourself to someone worse, then this is gonna give you a high sense of ego, which is also bad for your soul because it's gonna corrupt your mind and make you feel like you're a god of some sort when really you're just a human being. This is why I personally deleted social media out of my life, because it is the hub of comparing your life to others. Lesson number 6, the best revenge is to not be like the other. Marcus says today you're going to meet meddling, corrupt, and malicious people. So do you think it's justified when you return the treatment to these people and get your revenge? No, you're only gonna corrupt your own soul on this path. I'm telling you from experience, revenge is a path that only leads to sorrow, regret, and self-hate. Please don't go down that path. There's no real strength in revenge. It's easy to pull the trigger. It's harder to let go and forgive. Forgiveness is the true strength in all this. By being a good person, that is your reward. The people that treated you harshly, that treated you very badly, their karma is their bad character. People say karma is something that will happen to them in the future. I look at karma as their bad character. The fact that they have to be this malicious and this bad shows them that this is their punishment for life. And if they don't know that, then they're ignorant, and that's even worse. So remember, forgiveness is a gift you give yourself. Holding on to grudges only makes you more miserable. Lesson number 7, be tolerant with others, but strict with yourself. So have some tolerance for people that are gonna be annoying and unjust. These people are outside your control. There's nothing that you can do that will make them change their behavior towards you or anyone else. But you're fully in control of yourself. So that's why you have to be fully strict with yourself. They call it self-discipline, self-control, not collective discipline, not collective control, because you are responsible for yourself, and that is why you should be much more strict. Lesson number 8, don't let other people put you down. One of my favorite quotes from Marcus is, "It never ceases to amaze me how much more we love ourselves than everyone else. However, we value other people's opinions more than our own." I know we have loved ones, parents, siblings, and friends whose opinions have a lot of weight to them, but at the end of the day, you need to be confident in yourself and not let other people or one comment bring you down. If you let people's opinions bring you down, then you're gonna go through life full of regret and full of things that you wish you could have done differently. So do what you think is right and live a meaningful life that you're out to live, not a life that is decided by others. Lesson number 9, the happiness of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts. Shit happens in life. Our partner leaves us. We get laid off from our jobs. We're forced to stay home from a global pandemic. There's probably an infinite number of problems that can come your way. So how I look at this is that there's 2 types of people. One person was asked, "Why are you successful?" The person answers, "Because my father was a drunk." There's a second person who was asked, "Why are you so unsuccessful?" The answer was, "My father was a drunk." One person has a positive attitude in life and their life reflected that attitude. The other had a negative attitude in life and their life reflected that attitude. If you have a poor mindset, your life will just reflect that. Every problem that comes your way, it's gonna actually justify your negative thinking because it's actually coming your way like that. But if you think positively, all these different hardships and obstacles, they become opportunities for us to train and level up. And if you can think like that, I promise you, your life will get significantly better. So choose your attitude and your life will shape up to that attitude. Marcus says, how much more grievous are the consequences of our anger than the actual thing that caused it. The things that make us angry is far less damaging than the things that our anger causes. I find anger is something that possesses your soul and brings the ugliest side of you. I've never been proud of myself being angry. So remember how important it is to control your anger before you do something that you're gonna regret. Those are 10 lessons to living a more meaningful life. I hope Marcus Aurelius has helped you on a better path. And if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel for more Stoic content and self-improvement.